Football Live, the preview show, powered by NairaBet, with Barry Swain.
Follow NairaBet on Twitter @NairaBet and on Facebook @NairaBet Online to take part in our infamous giveaways, and you too can win big. NairaBet, the home of sports betting and fast payments in Nigeria.
You are listening to Football Live, the wrap-up show. 3 matches to come on Monday, so a slightly lighter weekend than normal in the Premier League, but still busy, still important, still loads of goals, loads of action, loads of controversy, and loads to talk about from Saturday and Sunday. And of course, we had all the action covered on Football Live, exclusive to Brilla FM. Let's start on Saturday, shall we? And an excellent result for Chelsea. They've lost 6 out of 6 under Frank Lampard in his second spell in charge as the interim manager of Chelsea. He finally got it right on Saturday with a 3-1 victory on the South Coast away at Bournemouth. Here is a delighted Frank Lampard.
Feels good, a good day. We had to fight for the win, but we also dominated a lot of the game in our way. And in the moment we're in, the season it's been, any win and any sign of progression feels good, and you have to work for it, and the lads did today. Every one of them, everyone who started, everyone who came on and affected the game, because all the subs are really positive. The connection with the fans, I want to say thanks to them because they were brilliant from pre-game, during game, end of game. And it's nice to see that connection at the end of the game because it's important. And the fans will always react when the players put in a shift and try to play the right way and make a lot of sprints and make all the things that you know, the basics of the game. So it was a nice, small, positive step forward today.
Goal scorer of the first goal on Saturday for Chelsea was Conor Gallagher.
Yeah, it feels great. We just wanted to give a good performance today. Obviously, we haven't been good enough recently, so this was a really important game for us. And I think we performed well and we deserved the win. So hopefully we can move that performance forward and gain confidence from it. It felt a lot better. I think everyone seemed, a bit more confident and like kind of in what we were doing. And I think it definitely worked. And we created a lot of chances, and we controlled the game. It was a good team collective performance, and we just need to carry on now.
Every Saturday and Sunday afternoon, Football Live is on Brilla FM, bringing you all the exclusive team news.
Everton Super Eagle Alex Iwobi still out injured.
The reaction of the players and, of course, the managers.
Well, James Maddison's doing very well, so we're hoping that he can be involved in the squad at the weekend.
The action as it unfolds throughout the afternoon.
Pressure from Brighton just told in the end. They've been absolutely fantastic, responded brilliantly to going behind.
And of course, don't forget the goals.
What can you tell us about the Brighton goal that has put them 1-0 up at the King Power?
I can tell you, Josh, that is an absolute screamer from Kaoru Mitoma.
Every Saturday and Sunday afternoon, Football Live brings you all of the action as it unfolds, right here, exclusively on Brilla FM. Sam Allardyce took charge of Leeds United for the first time. Not an easy first game in charge of the Yorkshire team away at the Premier League leaders Manchester City, especially when they came in at half-time 2-0 down. But Leeds fought back, got a goal back in the second half, ended up losing the game by 2-1. But they had plenty of positives to take out of the game. Here is Sam Allardyce.
I was slightly fearful, but second half we sorted it out in the dressing room and we said they're playing with too much fear, get on the front foot and go and challenge Manchester City. And apart from a silly penalty that we gave away, but a brilliant save from Joe, gave us an opportunity to get back in the game with a fantastic finish. And when you see Man City running the clock down for 4 minutes in their own corner in the penalty area, you know you've got a chance. So we still had a chance right to the very end, but that didn't quite happen.
Leeds United defender Max Vober disappointed with defeat, but again, he had plenty of positives to look back on in that 2-1 defeat for Leeds at Manchester City.
We had a really tough first half. We were just defending. We're not strong enough on first and second balls, which was our game plan to be annoying there, get counter-attacks, win the first ball, win the second ball. But they just played all around us and it was difficult, and unfortunately they could score 2, but I think in the second half we did a better job. Get our chances, got close, made the 2-1. And unfortunately couldn't create any more chances for a draw. But still I think we showed really good togetherness again and showed also defence that we are still alive and we are still fighting for this club.
There was a Midlands derby in the game between Wolves and Aston Villa, and it was Wolves that came out winners, 1-0, bouncing back from that 6-0 defeat away at Brighton Hove Albion 7 days earlier. The only goal of the game on Saturday at Molineux was scored by Toti Gomez, his first in the Premier League.
I was speechless. It was my first goal, finally, and it feels amazing. I'm really proud, especially for my teammates. They've been helping me a lot. I've been through a lot, and this feels amazing. It's an amazing feeling. Yeah, we've been training this at a training ground. We knew everyone have this kind of opportunities, and this is what we practice. So this is not a big surprise for us, and I'm really, really happy. We've been through ups and downs. This is football. This is Premier League. It happens. We just need to be together. And of course, the coach was a really important part for us. The dressing side of the dressing room, he completely changed, of course. And everybody been helping each other. We've been fighting for each other. And when you do this, you have this kind of results like today. So.
Talking of local derbies, in London, despite the coronation of the King, there was a London derby taking place on Saturday afternoon between Tottenham Hotspur and Crystal Palace. This one was also won by a first-half goal. One goal decided it. It ended up Tottenham 1, Crystal Palace 0. Ryan Mason is the manager of Tottenham Hotspur, and this is what he had to say, delighted after picking up all 3 points.
Yeah, very happy. Difficult match, London derby. Palace are in a very good moment. Yeah, we understand the importance of this win, but the clean sheet as well is a great response from the players, because maybe mentally, when you concede so many goals in such a short space of time, it can have an impact. But the players have worked hard this week. The whole squad have worked hard on the training pitch. We've had a bit of time to try and influence things, and they responded today. And I thought it was a cagey game, but I thought overall we deserved 3 points.
Football Live, the preview show, powered by NairaBet, with Barry Swain.
In the late game on Saturday afternoon, Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool beat Brentford by 1-0. Jurgen Klopp still has hopes that his team can make it into the top 4 and into the Champions League for next season. It's been a great weekend actually for Liverpool. They picked up 3 points. Not so successful for Manchester United and Newcastle on Sunday. We'll move on to that in a minute, but let's hear from the Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp after that 1-0 victory at Anfield on Saturday against Brentford.
Brentford has a lot of qualities, but the set pieces are super special. I told the boys directly after the game that the focus and concentration we showed today around the set piece against the best set piece team I've ever played. We or them, whoever created like 50, 60 set pieces, throw-ins, corners, free kicks, goalie takes it from the halfway line or in their own half, and 8 players line up. Super difficult. Everybody in this line of 8, what we had there as well, stepped up today, was really fully aware of the need in these moments. That was great.
Chelsea take on Nottingham Forest, and Leeds United up against Newcastle United in the Premier League. Next Saturday from 1 o'clock with Barry Swain. Covered exclusively right here on Breela FM by Football Live.
A couple of huge matches on Sunday afternoon in the Premier League. The earlier game, perhaps the game of the weekend, Newcastle United chasing a Champions League place. Already assured of a place in the Champions League next season are Arsenal, and they are still in the title race. They're behind Manchester City. Perhaps now the pressure is on Manchester City. Arsenal going to St James's Park and winning against Newcastle United by 2-0. Here is the Arsenal skipper, Martin Odegaard.
I think we chose something special today. To come here and win is not easy. The way we did it as well, we had to be very smart. We have to be a bit ugly at times, and I think this is a big step for us, a young team coming here and doing all the things we do. I think is shows we've come a long way. I think last year here was one of the toughest days in my career, to be honest. After dropping a few points after the Man City game, to come back and beat Chelsea and then come here and win again, I think it shows the mentality. I think it shows how far we've come, as I said. And we have to keep going. We have to keep digging and fight until the end. That's what we're going to do, and then we'll see.
Newcastle United's manager Eddie Howe put it down to fine margins.
Fine margins for us today. Just came out on the wrong side of them. Missed some chances, some big chances in the game. Yeah, it just wasn't quite there for us today. It could have been. And it's one of those, I'm sure I'll look back and rue some big moments in the game that we didn't quite get right. You know, Jacob's chance in the first few seconds, if that goes in, it's a totally different game. Loads of little things I think that we'll look back on and go, it could have fallen our way, it didn't. But we have to take ownership of that, and we're disappointed today. Felt we probably didn't defend as well as we have done for the majority of the season today. There was a few moments where I thought we were a little bit loose. But we gave everything. I agree with your comment. It's a high-level game. I thought it was two teams that were going right at each other, and I think that produced a good spectacle, but we're disappointed to lose.
In the late game on Sunday afternoon in London, it was a second successive 1-0 away defeat for Manchester United. Suddenly, their top 4 position is looking slightly more precarious, especially with Liverpool closing in and with another win at the weekend. And Brighton and Hove Albion, of course, are still in with a shout of a top 4 finish themselves. 2 defeats in the space of a week away from home for Manchester United, and a great result for West Ham United and David Moyes picking up 3 points against one of his old clubs. David Moyes has now steered West Ham United to safety. Can they go and win the Europa Conference, their first semi-final, coming up later this week against AZ Alkmaar of the Eredivisie in the Netherlands? There are 3 matches on Monday. Fulham against Leicester City, Brighton and Hove Albion against Everton, and a big one on Monday night, Nottingham Forest against Southampton. All 3 of those games have implications in the relegation battle, and that is set to hot up. There are now just 3 weekends left in the Premier League season. It's getting interesting. The title race is still up for grabs. Will it be Manchester City or Arsenal? Who will make the top 4? Liverpool closing in on Newcastle and a wobbling Manchester United. And who will go down? Southampton, Nottingham Forest, Everton, they're all in the mix, along with Leeds and Leicester. 3 of those 5 will be dropping into the Championship next season, and we'll know which 3 in the coming weeks. It's all going to be covered, of course, right here on Football Live, and here on the preview show later this week. We'll look forward to another very exciting weekend of fixtures in the Premier League. We hope you can join us then. Don't forget, Football Live is back live on Saturday with myself, Barry Swain, from the slightly earlier time of 1 o'clock, where we'll be covering the early kick-off between Leeds United and Newcastle United this Sunday lunchtime. Plenty of football action coming up on Brilla FM and Football Live in the coming week. We look forward to your company then. Have a good week.
Football Live, the preview show, powered by NairaBet, with Barry Swain.